Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a happy flower. One of many, I think, because there's so many different options. It's just, there's going to be more. So let's be happy flower number one. Super cute. It's not super band heavy either. It's right around 191 bands for the whole thing. There are 122 in the petals, 32 in the center orange, and then the stem is 37 green, or whatever color you want. Then you'll want either beads or bands for the eyes, then the cheeks, and the mouth too, of course. So there's a little bit of prep work involved. It's not too bad. And eventually, this is kind of just a holding thing, but eventually I'm going to put them all together when I get a few more flowers so that we can kind of have something larger to kind of hold them all in, because obviously they don't stand up by themselves. So, but there'll be more coming. But I have a wicked cold right now, so we're just kind of starting in pieces so I can have something to share with you, but a little bit. But it is going to be on one loom. We're going to start with the right end of the loom towards us, so where the arrows are. And we're going to make our petals first, so the ones that I have in red on here. And this is double banded. It's 2 bands. And first we're just going to start by making a zigzag all the way up one side of the loom. So 2 bands, and we're just making a zigzag. Push these down here. Push them down as you go. Make it a little easier. And it's all weird to have me starting on the right side of the loom instead of the wrong side of the loom. It wouldn't really matter in how we loom this if you did start the other way, but all the way. So like that, just a zigzag, double banded all the way up. And then if we come back to the beginning here, we're going to start dividing out the petals. It's still 2 bands, and what we're going to do is this section right here is 1 petal. So up here we're going to kind of complete the triangle. So 2 bands there, and 2 bands here, like that. So that will be 1 petal. So we'll go to the next 2 pins and make the next little triangle, like that. And just keep doing that down the rest. Well, luckily they all fit on the loom at once. And like that. So it should look like this. And now we're going to want to put cap bands on our points here, or the top ends of the petal. Be 2 bands, and we'll wrap them around 3 times, so, or twice, depends how you look at it, but 1, 2, and 3. And do that on all the points. And last one. Like that. So we can turn our loom around. And we're going to start by looming out our first petal. So we're just going to go in through our cap band grab the top two bands, whichever ones they are, pull them up through, back towards themselves. Do that for the other two. I did turn my loom around there in case I didn't say that, or... And then we'll go, and we're using these as cap bands now, so going through here, grab the top two, pull them back towards themselves, then going through the next one, pull those back, like that. So now we have, this is one petal, but as you can see, there would be an overlap right here, so we're actually going to take this off, and then we'll do the next one, take it off, and keep doing that. So I'm going to put my hook in through the first 4, the next 8, and then you could pull it up from the bottom to get that 4 from this petal, or just come down through the top, doesn't super matter. But we just want the 4 on the top, and we're going to leave the 2 on the bottom that are a part of the next petal. And I'll take it off. And then you want 2 bands the color of your petal to pull through. Now for these, they are, there's a lot in there, done on purpose for the flower, but if you just pulled your hook out or your finger out, they would probably fall out, our little band we slid through, so I'm definitely going to put this on the loom. I'm going to put them in kind of one end down here, and then we'll kind of work our flower, the rest of our flower together up here a little ways. But if you put all the petals down here, that way we still have room to make the little leaves on the stem. Forgot for there for a second. So down here. But then we just repeat that for the other 5. In through the cap band, pull the bands back. And we go in through our next row. Like that. And then again, we're going to take it off. 4, 8, and 4, leaving those 2 for the next petal. Pull through 2 bands, the color of the petal. And on loom. I had actually planned to do a different tutorial, but I think it'll be a long one, and it's really hard for me to breathe right now, so we're going to do the quicker one. Like, as soon as I filmed my last tutorial, I got a wicked cold, and I'm just like, how does this happen? Probably my children brought it home from school. Although I think I noticed it first in my youngest daughter, which I don't understand, because, I mean, I guess besides going to the store, we weren't playing with any other kids in the last week. It's very odd where these illnesses come from. But I thought if I can get this done, get it ready, it'd be good for Mother's Day. get a jump start. I'm thinking that the project, or the little thing I'll make with the flowers that you can incorporate, will be like maybe 3 flowers. I think that would work well. Be adorable. And last one here. Oops. Like that. So now, move these over for a second. We'll flip the loom back around, and down here we're going to pre-make our leaves, just because we're kind of in that pattern. This time it is single banded, but it's just the same same zigzags that we did before. So we want to make 2 of them. So it's just 1 band, and we'll go up on this side. So you have a little M, so that's a 1, and then you can skip and make another little M. Or W, I guess, however you look at it. So there's like that, and I'll do our little triangle tops, single banded still. And then I still double banded the cap band. Wanted to make sure. So it's still 2 bands. I'll wrap around 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. And again, 1, 2, and 3. So those are our leaves. Same exact thing as the petals, it's just single banded. I mean, you can see the difference in the size, and that's awesome. So I turned it around again. Do the same thing as before, through the cap band. Pull out the 1 top band this time. It's kind of funny because I went to make these. I put them all on the loom backwards. Or since the loom was backwards, because that's how I'm used to making things now. I'm like, I think I did that wrong. So let's leave that one since they're not connected right here. And go ahead and do this one. So I have those all loomed out. Same thing again. Get them on your hook. Like that. And this time, the bands that we pull through, or band that we pull through, is just really going to be a holding band. We aren't going to actually use it when we do our looming later. So just kind of pull it through. Then you can put this one up here. Same thing for this one. I should say you probably could leave them on the loom, but I just prefer to have them out of the way. Ready to go. It's like the last thing we do almost, so. So there's our leaves, petals. Now we're ready to go. Okay, so you'll notice I didn't go through making the eyes ahead of time. That's because we're going to actually put most of the stuff on the loom. So we just need a space that is on 6 pins around with the center pin. So on the middle pin on the bottom, we're going to put our mouth band. So it'll be whatever color you want the mouth to be, on and wrapped around 1 time. So that'll be the mouth band. And then kitty corner to that on each one of the next pins up will be your cheek bands, and they're going to go around 4 times. So 1, 2, but then once you get that second one, it's just like when we put them on the hook. I'm going to grab both those bands, maybe, and then wrap them around again. So put it on one time, so it's just like the mouth band, and then I'll grab both bands and wrap them around again. So it's just like if we make them on the hook. Now, if you're going to use the bands for the eyes, you do the same thing that you did for the cheeks up on the next pin. So if you're going to use a band, put those on right now for the eyes. I'm going to use the beads, so you'll want a piece of wire or craft wire, string, thread, or floss or something to put the eyes on if you're going to use the beads. But we can't do it ahead of time, so... But put on your eyes now if you're going to use the bands, just like we did the cheeks. If not, then skip and wait until we put on the eyes. So what we're going to do is put a starburst on here, so from the center pin out to the 6 pins around, and whatever color your center is. Mine's going to be yellow. So it's 2 bands from the center pin all the way around. Like that. Center, 2 bands, 3 times around. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll loom this out. So you go in through your cap band, grab the top 2 bands, whichever ones they are, pull them back towards themselves. All the way around. Like that. Now once we're here, we're going to take and you'll flip up your cheek bands. Just grab them and pull them up over the top of the pin. You'll flip up your mouth band. And then if you have the eyes on, you flip the eyes up too. If you need to put them on as beads. I like to do all 4 bands when I put them on, so I'm going to put my wire through all 4 bands. If you have a really hard time with this, because it does get kind of hard to pull, because these are tight here. If it gets really hard to pull, just put them on the top 2 bands. I'll put my wire in, thread my bead on, and I kind of pull these off. And then I have to pull and slide my bead down. And once I get it as far down as I can so I can grab those rubber bands, I'll grab the rubber bands and start using those instead of continuing to pull with my wire, because you don't want to cut your bands. Then just try and find the center. And once you've got the center, put them back onto the pin. So again, if that's really hard and you're having a hard time, just go through the top 2 bands to put the bead on. It'll be much easier, but I like to make things difficult for myself, I guess, so I'm going through all 4. Plus I think it's the consistency issue of having it the same, because the cheeks are around all 4 and the mouth's around all 4. I think I just lost a light. Fluorescent lights. I do it every time on this one. I almost forget one band. I think I finally got it right. There we go. So, like so. It's much easier if you use the wrap bands, but I just like how it kind of looks that way. So this is kind of like the start to like the candy that I have, the candy roll. So once we have this, we're going to do 2 bands all the way around. Did you see it get darker in here, or is that just me? I don't know. I felt like a light went out, but they all are still lit. But I guess that's fluorescent lights for you. They kind of go weird. So like that, row all the way around, and then you'll flip the bottom 4 on all 6 pins. like that. Push it down. Now we're going to do a trans row, or a transition row, which is between your inside color and then your petal color. So you can make these by placing them on top of each other, and then I'd grab my pink one from underneath, pull it up through the center, while grabbing my yellow one from underneath, and just kind of close them over each other like that. So that would be one way to do it. If that's kind of complicated, I can show you another way. But you'll take these and you'll put them on so that the yellow, or your center color, is towards the center and your petal color is towards the outside. If doing your fingers is kind of not for you, just you're going to take whatever color is your petal, put it on the loom, and then whatever color was your center, put it on. Then you'll just go in through the top band, grab the bottom one, pull it back towards itself, and you'll go in through the little space right here and pull the other one back towards itself the other way. And hang on to it. And so you just made the same band that I did on my fingers, just on the loom. So then you put that on there too. And you want it centered as much as possible so that the pink, or in my case the pink or the petal color, is mostly showing on the outside. You'll do that all the way around. You can adjust them a little bit afterwards once it's off the loom and stuff, but it's always best to try and get it as right on as possible. Like, I even kind of pushed it around so that the center band really is real loose, and then I have the petal band stretched tight. More. So it should look like this. Then you go around and you'll flip the bottom four again. Like so. So it should look like mostly you have petal color on all the pins. I mean, some of them are a little off. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much. It gets all mixed in together. So you want to push those down. So now we're ready to put on our petals. So you'll go back and grab your petals carefully so you don't lose them. You'll just take those two bands that have been pulled through and you'll stretch them all the way around. Like that. And you might as well kind of point them towards the inside because that's where they're going to need to go. I'm just turning my loom around as I go around. A little easier to get them on. Sorry if I'm not giving you a great story this time, because the more I talk, the more my nose wants to run, so trying to avoid that. Cut here. get the center. And the last one. And towards the center. So it should look like this now. So we'll want to go around and we'll flip the bottom 4, which are the transition bands we had. And when you flip these, like if you try to kind of grab like the corner pointing out and pull them straight out and flip them over, you'll have a better transition if you have any bands that are kind of goofy over the side. But like I said, it's not a huge deal because you can barely notice the transitioning. And last one. If it's really off, like this one's almost half and half, like I'll just grab that one and then I'll pull it up and kind of pull it over so that band can hopefully slide over more to the side it's supposed to be on. So you should have 4 left on each pin. So we have that. So now we're going to grab that center cat band and pull our face up. And it's going to look like it has a huge nose for a little bit here, but don't worry about that. It'll get fixed. I like so. So now we're going to do another row all the way around. So 2 bands all the way around. It's kind of funny because the last time my kids were sick, the youngest 2 with colds, my 4-year-old picked up figuring out how to blow his nose, which is, believe me, that is awesome. And then my 2-year-old, she figured it out too, so I was like, this is great, because kids and runny noses, not so much fun. But now this time that she's sick, I was like, you need to blow your nose. So I go get the Kleenex, and so like that, flip the bottom 4 all the way around. So I get the Kleenex, hold it up to her nose, and I'm like, okay, blow. And she's like, achoo. I'm like, that's not quite what I want. So I was like, blow your nose, honey. She's like, okay, okay. And she does it again. She's like, acts like she's gonna blow her nose, and she says, achoo. I'm like, you're such a stinker. So she forgot between this time and last time. So like that. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is reduce. We're going to reduce the center pin here, this pin up here on the top right, and then this pin over here. So basically kind of like the triangle pattern here. So on this first one, down here in the center, I'm going to grab the top 2 bands, and they're coming from the left, so I'm going to take them over to the right. Then I'll grab the other ones and take them over to the left. Did I say left or right before? Well, you know what I meant, hopefully. Now we're going to reduce this one up here. Top 2 bands, they're coming from the left, so they're going to go to the right. That's what I meant to say last time if I said left. And then we'll grab the other ones and take them over to the left. And then we'll reduce this one right here. Top 2 bands. So we're just going to be left with 3 pins. Those aren't the same. 2. It's kind of squishy, so trying to get the 2 bands that go together. So those are coming from below, so they'll go above. And then these ones will go below. Like that. Now we'll do a row all the way around. It's a little tight. Two bands this way. And keep going around. So it should just be on a triangle. Then you want to go and you'll flip. It'll be 4 reducing bands. So there's 2 here, and 2 more, and then the normal 4 from the row before. We just do that all the way around. We are almost done, so awesome. Like that. So we can take these all off the loom. I'm just going to use my hook and go in through each set of 4 bands that are left. There's 3 of them. Just be careful taking it off. And once it's all on your hook, take 2 bands, pull them through, both ends back on, do a slip knot, and we have the flower portion. So now with the face here, I said that we'd fix that so it's not, you just have to squish it. Pull your petals out so they spread out along that band there. Squish, squish. And then once you've got it all kind of squished, you can go back in, pop out your eyes, pop out your cheeks if you need to, fix your mouth. So we have our happy flower. Still need to fix. I'm going to pull the cap band a little tighter. Did she get my desk? There, better. So then with the little portion back here, I just kind of let this tail hang out for right now. And then if you look at the front and see which way the face is going, come around to the back and you'll stick your hook underneath where you tied it off so that it's like I'm going this way. That's where the face is. I'm just going to leave these hang off for now. And then it's just 2 bands doubled. So on the hook, wrap them around, figure 8. Then grab all the bands and pull them through. Try not to snag everything. Pull it up on the hook, center it. So that's 1. We want to do 7 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 8 total. Down like that. So now we want to put on our leaves. And what we're going to do first is just take a band, single band, pull it through as a placeholder, and it should stay just fine. Then we'll go to our first leaf, take it off on our hook, And remember that I said that band was just going to be a placeholder as well. So I'm going to take off one end and then slide my hook back through those bands. So that's on our hook. Put that down, go back to our flower stem, grab that band we pulled through as a placeholder, pull that one back through onto our hook, and then again, the leaf, grab it, pull our hook through those that were the placeholder. So we have a whole lot on our hook right now. Just kind of squish it down. Then you want to take two bands on the hook, double them, and pull it through everything. And back on the hook, like that. Two more bands, doubled, pulled through. And then you can just take a single band, double it, pull it through, back on the hook, make a slip knot with it, and then you have your stem. So now you can hide your little tail up here for the flower. And then you'll take your stem, see where your face is, and then you'll take your hook, put it in through that first little groove there, and then if you pull it towards the bottom, pull it towards the face, kind of twist it around, you'll be able to change the direction of your stem so it points down. So like so, happy flower needs to have his little mouth fixed, but because you don't look happy. There. Yeah, we're happy. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too hard. It gets a little squishy at times, but overall I think it was pretty quick and easy to make, I hope. Sorry if I bored you with my, or hopefully I didn't gross you out with my stories about the colds, but you talk about what you know, so. But I hope you enjoyed these. Like I said, I kind of have an idea of putting some of these together for a cute little thing, so hope you'll kind of keep that in mind for coming up here soon. But thank you very much for watching. I will definitely have more for you soon, and hopefully I won't be sick. That would be much awesomer. If you make some of these, it'd be awesome if you share them with me on my Instagram, which is at Crafting Fantastic, or on my Facebook, which is feelinspiffy or Crafting Fantastic. They both should find me. And then, of course, I will definitely have more for you soon. So if you'd subscribe, then you'll know when it's coming. But thanks so much. Happy looming, and I'll have more for you soon.